Hey lovers, welcome back. To start off today's eyeshadow application, I'm going to be priming my eyes with my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and this is just going to ensure that our eyeshadow lasts throughout the day. So next, I'm going to go in with my Inglot gel liner in number 77, and I'm going to be using this as my eyeshadow base. Taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in caramel, I'm going to be using this as my first transition color, and I'm also going to use it to clean up the concealer under my brows. Next, I'm going to be going with my Makeup Geeks eyeshadow in Corrupt, and I'm going to be applying this all over my eyelid, and this is going to be the main eyeshadow.
You know they look face so it's like you don't know my name, no.
I'm going to go in with my MAC's eyeshadow in Embark, and I'm going to pop this right onto my crease line, and I'm going to use this eyeshadow to blend out the black eyeshadow I've just applied onto my eyelid. And it's really important to blend out the black eyeshadow, because if you don't, you're going to have harsh lines and your smoky eye won't look very subtle. So you literally have to blend until you can't blend anymore.
It's only me, there's no competi. I will make you rain like it's confetti. Show my body, show to love berry. I will take you and you're happy. No mess up, now I made.
Next, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Morocco, and I'm going to use this to blend out the dark brown eyeshadow we've just applied. So we use the dark brown eyeshadow to blend out the black eyeshadow, and then we use a lighter brown, a warm brown, to blend out the dark brown. Finally, I'm just going to use the caramel eyeshadow I used at the very beginning to blend everything together, and that is pretty much the eye makeup done. Next, I'm going to go in with my black eyeliner pencil from Makeup Academy. I'm just going to pop this onto my waterline, and then I'm going to take the gel liner that I used earlier on as a base, and I'm going to smudge this onto my lower lash line, and then finally I'm just going to blend everything together. I'm going to be going in with my Inglot gel liner, and this is the same gel liner I applied as a base earlier on, and I'm just going to be doing a subtle wing liner. Taking my glitter liner in Raine, I'm going to be popping this on top of my winged liner, and I just decided to do this last minute. Initially I was going to keep the eyes plain smoky, but I thought I would apply some glitter liner just to spice things up a bit more. And I got a bit carried away and I applied another glitter liner. So it's all in the name of spicing up the smoky eyes. Last but not least, I'm just going to be applying some mascara onto my lashes. To start off the face, I'm going to be using my Skindinavia Makeup Primer Spray. Next, I'm going to be using my Black Up Primer, and I'm going to be applying this onto my T-zone area, so my forehead, around my nose, and my chin. These are the areas I tend to get most oily. Finally, I'm going to be going with my Benefits Porefessional, and I only apply this around my nose as I have quite large pores there. So next, before foundation, I like to use my LA Girl color corrector in orange, and I have a few hyperpigmentations from scarrings, and I just like using this to correct my skin before applying foundation. Today I'm going to be going in with my black Opal stick foundation in Hazelnut and Sandalwood, and you guys know me already for mixing foundation. I mix these two colors to get my ideal shade, and to buff out the foundation I'm going to be using my Real Techniques buffing brush. I sprayed some e.l.f. setting spray onto the brush, and this just kind of helps everything blend very seamlessly into the skin. To highlight, I'm going to be using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Caramel and Almond. And I'm just going to pop this under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, on my forehead and on my chin. And I'm going to be blending this out using my Original Beauty blender. And this, I love using this beauty blender because it just makes blending out the concealer so much easier, as it really presses everything into your skin. To contour my face, I'm going to be using my Nye Creme Shadow, and I'm going to be applying this around the perimeters of my face, and so just around my forehead, underneath my jawline, underneath my chin, around my nose, and I'm going to be blending this out using my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Finally, I like to go back in with my foundation brush and I like to blend everything together. So next, I'm going to be using my banana powder, and I'm going to be applying this to the areas of my face that I applied my highlighter earlier on. So underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and my chin as well. Finally, I'm going to be going in with my MAC Miniralize Skin Finish Powder in Dark, and I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my face. To set my contoured areas, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Queen Bronzer in Ebony Bronze, and I'm just going to apply this onto the areas of my face that I contoured. Lastly, I'm just going to be using my powder brush to dust off some excess powder off my face. Then I like to go in with my banana powder and reverse contour slightly. For my blush, I'm going to be using my Sleek Blush by Tree palette in Sugar, and I'm just going to be mixing the first and the last shade in the palette. You know, see the swag, gallant. See many they claim my madam, but I know these babes from madam. They just want to follow the ladder. They know that nobody is better. To highlight, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Illuminator in Peach Nectar. This was one of the highlighters I picked up in my haul video, and I am so glad I got it because it is absolutely stunning. I'm going to be mixing it with my MAC Miniralize Skin Finish in Gold Deposit, and the two combination together is just perfection. Finally, I'm just going to dust off all the excess powder on my face using my powder brush. To line my lips, I'm going to be using my MAC lip pencil in Chestnut. Next, I'm going to be using my OCC lip tar in Memento, and I absolutely love using this lip tar. It's one of my favorite nudie pink colors to use. And lastly, I'm going to be using my NYX lip gloss in Natural. That is pretty much everything, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Oh yes, now y'all where you enter. It's a one chance. I tell you, no man overthrow man from this romance. Only coup d'etat.